Welcome to Power Hour. We're gonna fly through this, we're gonna cruise through it. It's not as crazy again as it has been. Again, we're kind of building now back into what we've done. We had kind of a more of a slack week last week. Now we're gonna build it back in. Depending on who you've been following, we've all kind of built a slightly different scale of intensities and things like that to be able to provide for all fitness levels. Working through modifications for injuries or limitations, things like that. Before we get going, we're gonna start with our disclaimer as always. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the class. We're gonna hit our warm up. We're gonna hammer out that workout. We're gonna have a good solid like 15-minute cool down / stretch. I think sometimes we tend to forget about the stretch. The stretch gets shortened in. Usually when we build too much content into our programming, we always want to make sure we have enough content to provide to everyone watching us throughout these PSP videos. So if we like to flow with what we're doing, we got tons of extra content, we try and get through as much content as we can, then we tend to slack off onto the flexibility side of things. So I do want to hit that one just a little bit. We do have our flexibility class that we usually run each week, but I just want to add that little more piece into it. Really just take some time. We're going to enjoy just, whether you're inside, outside, wherever you are, just taking time to cool down, enjoy the sunshine that's happening today, outside of the crazy rain that happened yesterday. That came out of nowhere. So just kind of giving us that little bit of like reprieve before we have to get back to our day, maybe get into some lunch, and then hammer out the rest of your afternoon. So, starting first, disclaimer. In response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness classes to the Canadian Armed Forces members. Using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to the Canadian Armed Forces personnel become accessible to all. Participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members recognize and acknowledge that their age, their health status, and their physical fitness levels are unknown, and is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it's preferably to contact your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not part of the Canadian Armed Forces members to consult the Get Active questionnaire, which is through the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology, which we've posted down in the link below. So click that, fill it out, and then join us in. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop and then consult your healthcare provider, okay? If you are a CAF member, remember if you do injure yourself, do fill out that CF98 so we do have everything tracked properly. We can get all the attention that you need for that injury. All right, you pumped? You ready? I am. This is a class that I normally teach. I don't usually get an 11 o'clock, so you're gonna see me a higher energy than I usually am, just because I've got more coffee in me sooner and it hasn't had time to wear off yet. So, let's get going. How it's gonna work. 6 exercises, okay? Round 1, 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. So our work is gonna be double our rest, okay? That's all you gotta remember. Round 1, 40 seconds. Round 2, 30 seconds, which means 15 rest. Round 3, 20 seconds, which means only 10 seconds rest. And then round 4 is 10 seconds, which means only 5 seconds of rest, okay? Now, what that means is you need to pace because 40 is longer than 10. But as we start going down round for round, and after our rest periods between each round, you want to pick up your intensity, you want to pick up your pace, okay? So each one we go down, you should be moving quicker, or it should be more powerful of a movement, okay? And what I mean by that is if we're doing any kind of jumping, it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you speed it up. That could mean that each rep is maximal power. So you're doing less reps, but you're trying to put a maximal oomph to get as much height as possible. Does that make sense? Of course it does, it's plain and simple, right? So, again, reiterating, either speed it up, that's your choice. If you prefer to just work on the power component of it, not the speed component of it, then slow things down, but do each one very explosively, okay? That's all you need to know. 6 exercises, 4 rounds. That's all we're doing. If we got time permitting, we're gonna hit some core, okay? That's something that I've noticed myself that we do a little bit of it, but there's no actual core class for everyone. So kind of like a butts and guts kind of style kind of class. If we got some time, we'll hit up some basic planks, just some things like that to work on those stabilizer muscles from us sitting like this at our desks all day, all right? So we're gonna kind of bring back that posture, those kind of fun things. So, getting warm first before we dive into those exercises. I'm gonna do the warm up first. I'm gonna explain all the exercises super quick. Normally how we would do it is we would show the exercises first, then do the warm up. But this one, because they're gonna flow so quick, I want you to know the exercises and have less time to forget what they are. That's why I'm doing the warm-up first, then I'm gonna fly through them quick before we cool down off of the warm-up. Okay? Normally, again, warm-up is after the explanation so that you're warm and ready to roll, but I want the mind to remember what we're doing because it's gonna go quick, okay? I've got my little fancy dancy timer. The other two things that you need are 2 sets of cones. If you don't have cones, 2 textbooks, 2 dumbbells, something you can jump over that's no higher than a foot, okay? If you want to make it higher and challenge yourself, do it, but basics is about a foot, because anything higher than that, then your brain starts to play the game of, can I jump over it, I'm going to step on it, I'm going to trip, I'm going to fall, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I just don't want you hurting yourself. I want you to challenge your brain, but I don't want you to hurt yourself physically, okay? The other thing you need is a bench, a chair, something that you can put your hands onto that you're not going to smash your face on, so preferably nothing with a back. I'm using a chair. And all I'm gonna do is just be cautious that I'm not gonna smash my face into the chair, okay? If you have a bench, even better. If you can don't use the coffee table. Those are a little bit more delicate, don't do it, okay? But something, if you have nothing, your hands are just going on the floor and you're gonna pretend like you're jumping over something, okay? So put the cone out, put the books that you're jumping over in the previous exercise, so on and so forth. It's gonna make sense shortly, okay? So once we get through our warm up and I explain the exercises, you're gonna see exactly where that bench fits in and you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. All right, we're gonna start from bottom up. Normally I like to start from top down, I like to start with my shoulders, but again, variety is the spice of life. Let's change it up, starting with ankle. With your ankle though, I want you to trace the outside of the foot. What I mean by that is normal ankle rolls happen like this. I want you to actually roll it over, come all the way around the toes to the very inside of the foot and around the back of the heel and around. So you're gonna notice that it's not just ankle doing the work, knee needs to do the work, hip needs to do the work, and I'm actually even having to sway with my back and whatnot to be able to roll my foot around it, all right? I'm just gonna try and swipe some of these off so I can see myself. All right, keep your rolling. Doesn't matter which way you go, clockwise or counterclockwise, but I want you to really try and exaggerate the rolls. So let that knee fall in, let the ankle roll out. So you're almost putting yourself in like a rolled ankle position, okay? Being standing and you having all the weight on the opposite leg, this gives you a lot of control to be able to bring it into that position, warm up the tissues in that spot, because if we do something laterally and you stumble, you have a better chance of regaining the balance and doing less injury and maybe even no injury compared to if we didn't warm up that tissue in that direction. Now spin it the other way. Get my fancy dance timer going. I got my little beeper today again, so again, if you have your interval timer, set your first one to 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, and 6 rounds of it. That's gonna be the first guy. So if you like to time yourself as we go for it. Intensity's up to you when we get through these. Coming up to the knee, sorry, other side first. I'm getting excited. I'm pumped for this one. When am I not, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, he's got so much coffee in him right now. I'm only 4 cups in, okay? It's not that bad. I'm doing all right. Beautiful. Other direction. While we're doing that warm up, let's reflect on the week. How's the week been so far? It's already Thursday. I've lost track of which days. I already thought it was Friday. It's definitely not Friday. I've screwed that one up big time. So it's okay if you have. If you're at work, even better, because at least you can differentiate weekday to weekend, right? All right, coming back to that first leg, bring the knee up to 90 degrees. So your knee, your ankle, and your hip are all at 90 degrees. Nice square angles. I don't want to see this. Up. From just the knee, draw circles. So from the front, from here, draw circles. You'll notice that I'm not swinging my whole leg, I'm not swinging my hip, I'm not trying to fall over, okay? Just from the knee. As big a circle as you can. And again, notice that usually when we get into this position, this foot drops and we start to point. Don't do it. Up here. Other direction, so reverse. So if you went clockwise first, go counterclockwise. If you went counterclockwise first, go clockwise. Love it. Other side. You're gonna feel those hip flexors right off the get-go. They're warming up too. Remember, hip, knee, ankle. Try and make it as smooth as you can. There's gonna be a little movement in the knee, but again, I don't wanna see this. Toes are up. we rotate. All right, other direction. I'm focusing super hard, so if I'm looking away from you, I'm not ignoring you, I'm just trying to keep my balance. Struggle bus city today. I don't know why, just is. No, it's not the coffee, don't blame me. I know Danielle's staring at me going, it's because you had too much coffee. It's not. Get out of here. Beautiful. Coming up to hips, just a forward and backward swing, so kind of like a Frankenstein kick. So try not to bend the knee. It's not how high you can get it, it's how straight you can keep your leg the whole time. Okay? So if you can get it really high, great. If you can't, that's fine. Take the same leg and I want you to go side to side now. So if you need to hold on to something, grab the back of the chair, grab the couch, wherever you are, hold on to the wall, put a hand up, whatever you need to. If you're trying to stand, use the other foot and grab the floor with your feet. So kind of like a monkey foot. Really try and grab on. It's gonna help ground you in. All right, other side. Flipping over, same thing. Forwards and backwards first. And you'll find one side is so much easier than the other. Just natural balance. All right, side to side now. Woo! Definitely this way's not the best balance. That's okay. All right. So, moving up, shoulders first. I want a figure eight, sideways figure eight, an infinity symbol in front of you. So I want the back of the hand leading, go nice and slow, and then get bigger, get bigger, get bigger, get bigger. But you'll notice I'm twisting each time so that my back of my hand leads me. You can stand still if you wish. I like to sway. That's just me. It just kind of flows. Also, once you get into this, it's almost like you're flinging the arm and just letting it fall. We're not trying to hold and resist and fight through it. It's a relax. We just want to open up that joint, right? Now I want you to reverse your direction. So you gotta think about this one. Now back of the hand leads. You're starting on the same side, come to the opposite shoulder, rotate the hand, come down to the same hip, and then back to the starting shoulder and around. There we go. Takes a little bit to think. Again, you're gonna be rigid and stiff trying to figure it out. So start small in front of you and then work bigger, work bigger, work bigger, work bigger. So it's a little bit more of like a mobility style warm up, okay? Still dynamic, but it's not so much of the running, the high knees, everything like that. We're doing a joint prep in just a different fashion. So we're still getting those joints lubricated, we're getting some synovial fluid into them, we're getting them warm, they're moving. Other side, so back of the hand first, but still warmed up. You're gonna feel yourself start to sweat already as well, even though it's something that you're stationary, you're not moving. You'll notice that even when I'm swaying, so if you're a swayer while you do this, your ankles are still being worked, your knees are still being worked, your hips are still being worked, even though we're focusing on the shoulder, okay? So you can see how secretly I'm starting to get the rest of the body to move stuff together, because we don't move in isolation, we move together. This is exactly how we're gonna do it. Reverse your direction, so palm first. I'm gonna let you figure that one out. We did the other side, I gave the explanation, now I just want it to happen. If the brain doesn't get it, that's okay though. That's exactly what we want. I want the brain to think about it. The better connection between the brain and the musculature in the body itself means the less energy you're gonna burn throughout the actual, can't even talk this morning. It's gonna be the better connection and more efficiency while we do the exercises. Because now it's only using what it needs to, it's not using everything because it doesn't know what's going on. okay? Last guy, elbows. We always forget about elbows. They come in a lot when we do push-ups, when we do any kind of planks, when we do any kind of mountain climbers. They get locked out, they get tight, they hold. I do want to warm those up. It is an area that we tend to forget about, or an area that we just don't think to warm up, or we don't know how. So exactly what you're gonna do, hand comes out. You can make a fist if you want, doesn't matter. Curl up to your elbow, okay? And then roll out to the start. Turn, roll back. So it's palm up, and then as it comes around, you turn back, palm up. Palm up, palm up, palm up, palm up. So I don't know if the microphone picks it up or not. My wrist is cracking something fierce. It's good, it's loosening it up, it's getting moving, right? So now it's not just elbow. Now it's shoulder, now it's wrist. So now you can see, even though I've got you focused on one piece, we're actually hitting a lot. Now reverse your direction. So it's gonna be palm down to palm up, palm down to palm up, palm down to palm up. This way makes a little bit more sense, just the way that it flows. And another easiest way to remember is you're wooting at someone. So it's ooh, ooh, ooh. That's exactly what you're doing. Yes, you can laugh at it, you can chuckle at it. It's exactly what you're doing, because now you know exactly what I mean, right? You feel dumb, you feel stupid, you feel crazy doing this, that's fine, who cares? No one else is watching you, maybe the dog, maybe the cat, something like that, but they don't care. They're gonna go run off and sleep momentarily. All right, other side, inward first. So again, anyone who's just jumped on, grab yourself a chair, a bench, some kind, and something to jump over that's no higher than a foot, unless you want to really challenge yourself. So I got 2 cones for myself. I'm going to show you a little bit how to set it up, because we're going to try and keep everything out, because we're doing the same exercises and it's quick transitions. Other way. And you'll find if you did your dominant side first, this feels awkward as all hell. It's so different. That's okay. We're trying to create balance, trying to create symmetry, right? We want that left to right balance. If you've ever tried to use your mouse with your left hand instead of your right hand, it's awkward, but we should. It's good so that you don't wreck the wrist on the one side. You're using the other side evenly so that you're getting some balance left to right. Same thing when you kick a ball. If you kick a ball with your opposite foot, it feels really weird, but it's not a bad thing to be doing, right? All right, 6 exercises, paying attention. Number 1, step back lunge, drive your knee and jump. Step back lunge, drive your knee and jump, okay? Do 2 or 3, switch sides. Do 2 or 3, switch sides. If you want to do it every one, switch, that's fine. Any order, any sequence like that that you want, go for it. I'm not going to give a halfway point, I'm not going to give a, that's too much to try and pay attention to. We just want to have fun with this, okay? Either go quick, or work on the power and the speed of it. You got the choice on what you want today, okay? You can always work speed, or you can always work power, or try and put both together. Sucks, you might wanna wait for the 10-second window for that one, okay? Bench hop overs. Grab your bench. I'm placing mine here so you can see it. You're gonna try and load your shoulders without smashing your head if you got a chair. So, you can put a cone out if you like, so that you can have something to hop over, just a visual cue, but you don't need to. Start on one side of the chair, try and load into your shoulders to the other side. Don't just hop across. Put weight into your shoulders, put weight into your shoulders, put weight into your shoulders. All right, those are our bench hop overs. That's exercise 2. Exercise 3, grab your cones. You can set them up out here so that you don't have to move any of your equipment. I'm gonna jockey stuff back and forth just because I'm in a small space and I want you to be able to see me on the camera. So I'm going to slide this out of the way. I'm actually going to turn them the opposite way. Don't have to go very far apart. We're going to use both, but right now for the first exercise, we're only using one. Okay, but set them up like this. Wherever you want, in your house, outside, wherever you are. Okay, one leg, 2 small hops, hop over the cone. 2 small hops, hop back over the cone. Switch feet. So, 1, 2, over, catch. 1, 2, over, catch. Switch. 1, 2, over, catch. 1, 2, over, catch. So if you can make it flow, and what I mean by that is no pause. So 1, 2, boom. 1, 2, boom. 1, 2, boom. Make it flow. Gonna get the cardio going, okay? That's exercise 3. Exercise 4, lateral high knees with a pause. So make sure that they're not too wide apart. You want to be able to get in between them without taking huge steps, okay? So we're going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, catch. 1, 2, 1, 2, catch. 1, 2, catch. Sorry. 1, 2, 1, 2, catch. 1, 2, 1, 2, catch. And you'll see that my brain's got to think about it as well. That's exactly what I want with this exercise, okay? There's that guy. Squat jacks, number 5. You can do the hands, you don't have to do the hands. Jump out wide, squat, come back. Jump out wide, squat, come back. How you can do this one harder, speed it up. So either try and go quicker with your jumps, or you're gonna come out of that squat with height. And again, what I mean by that, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Make sense? If jumping's not your thing, don't do it. Step, step, step. That works. Again, you can add this. Gonna mess with your mind a little bit. Gonna get some more shoulder mobility, that's fine. Last guy, mountain climbers. You have the choice if you want to do them out to the side as a Spider-Man. So you're gonna get a little bit more oblique work, so a little bit of core on that guy. Or the mountain climber straight up. The mountain climber I want to see regardless is the one where our back is still and we're just tapping. We're not actually bouncing. What I mean by that bounce, there's a lot of this. Not that that's wrong. I just don't want that one for this exercise because we're trying to target something a little bit different. What I want is the foot drives up and it goes back. Foot goes up and back. So you're running here over bouncing. The reason for it is by the time we get down there, the fatigue factor hits us and now we gotta worry about our back. And I don't wanna deal with the back. All right, let's get started. We're warm, we're ready, we're warmed up. We got this. Okay, first guy. I'm gonna set that up there. Our lunge with our drive up. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 40 seconds of it. Do 3 or 4, and then switch legs. Again, either slow it down, work on power, or try and speed it up and just fly through them. Just make sure they're quality regardless. Use that arm, you'll notice the swing here. You're trying to get the power up. Right? There's our time. First one's done. Bench hop overs, get your bench ready. Anything legs always gets our heart rate going, right? All right, hands are on, 4 seconds. Remember, load the shoulders, go. The slower you can go, the more you load your shoulders. That's the harder it can be because you gotta power up. Or you can try and just go a little bit quicker. Your choice, doesn't matter, all right? We're halfway. All right, there's our time. Hopefully you don't need to move your chair like me. Makes life a little bit easier to not have to. Remember, it's the 2 little hops, big hop over. 2 little hops, big hop over, switch legs. If you want to do a couple sets before you switch legs, by all means, go for it. All right, doesn't matter which one. Foot up, let's go. 1, 2, and over. Again, if you can make it fluid, even better. This is not my forte. I love the challenge, but I really got to think about it. Almost there. There it is, beautiful. This is the high knees. Whichever cone you have closest to your foot, that foot goes up, because it's 1, 2, step over, catch. 1, 2, step over, catch. So closest cone, that foot's up to start. Go. 1, 2, boom, boom, stop. 1, 2, boom, boom, stop. So, a ton of coordination on this guy. Speed, agility, quickness comes with a lot of brain work because you're trying to move very quickly over something or through something. Catch. 2, 1, 2, catch. All right. Break time. Squat jacks next. This is that jumping jack with a squat. If you got the time, grab your water if you need it. If you don't have enough time, don't worry about it. We got 2 exercises left, then break. Go. So again, either height, or you're just trying to move quick. I like the height. Mimics more towards like a box jump. Kind of that feel. There it is, yes. Mountain climbers left. Remember, if you're a person that goes tap, 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 take it away. Right? Whew. Got sweat going. Feeling it already. This is great for a Thursday with that sun up there. Get down. Here we go. As fast or as slow. The goal, shoulder over hands. None of this. That's cheating. Don't cheat yourself. Hands under shoulders. Keep them there. Remember, you can go to the outside if you prefer. All right, there's our break. The best part of the break, 2.5 minutes, because we want to be able to recreate this with the same intensity. I've heard some people say, why are these rests so long in these classes? We got a rest period for a very specific reason. We tend to forget that rest is super, super important. We're feeling good at like 30 seconds, 45 seconds in. Yes, we feel good. The internal workings hasn't had a chance to put all the energy and whatnot back into the muscles, into the bloodstream, into the places we need it to be ready for the next round. Excuse me. So if you find that you start early, your intensity more often than not doesn't stay the same all the way through. We tend to do really, really well, and in the last 10 seconds we're really fighting it. If we give ourselves proper rest, we shouldn't feel that. A lot of people go, Scott, well, I just did a round. It should be harder the second round. Yes, we should feel some fatigue, but with enough rest, we shouldn't hit the fatigue though. We can feel it, but that's the mind saying, oh, you're tired, stop. The body's actually good, but it's the whole mind over matter type idea, right? If your brain shuts you down, you're gonna stop. So you need to cut that brain out, be like, shut up, dude, I got this, and keep pushing, right? Easier said than done, of course. You're gonna go, yeah, it's the grossest feeling in the world. It is. But it's just your brain trying to find other ways because you got past stage 1 of "Ah, no, I'm good, brain, leave me alone." So it's trying to devise the next step. What's the next level I can elevate it to say, "No, we're done, I want you to stop." It's gonna make the legs burn even more. Well, they're still working. You don't need to stop. Yeah, they burn, but they still work, right? There's still energy flowing. We're doing good. 2 more minutes yet. Sorry, minute and a half. I can't add, minute and a half. So going back to that, your body's still functioning. If your body truly couldn't move another muscle, then yes, you've hit true fatigue. If not, you kind of haven't, right? Until the body physically can't do it. So a bicep curl, for instance. Yes, it burns, but you still keep going. Burn is good, right? The second you go, ooh, and it physically moves no more and it drops, you're out of energy for that. That muscle is fatigued, it's exhausted. But in, say, mountain climbers, if we keep going, and our brain just goes, "Oh, you're burning, it's tired," but you're still moving, you still got energy. So we gotta drive into that and keep pushing through it. Be like, "No, shut up, Dan, I got this." Okay? That's exactly what we're doing here. That's why we need our rest, okay? Remember, round 2, all the same exercises, 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest. So set your timers now. We've only got 28 seconds and then we're starting. So if you got a fancy handy dandy timer, I've had people ask, what do I use? It's called the Gym Boss interval timer. You can find these online. A lot of like regular fitness stores do carry them as well. I don't know if they're still around. I've had these for like 5-6 years now, so I don't know if this is still a brand that's made. You can get apps on your phone, interval timers, Tabata timers, and then you're just changing what the interval is. All right, 4, 3, 2, 1, step back up. This is round 2. 30 seconds only. Remember, switch every few. Give both legs some work. If you find one fatiguing out, still do the amount of reps, but if you just have to slow it down, that's okay. Don't just favor away from it, because then it never gets stronger. There it is, that's our first break. It's only 15, quick change. Grab your bench. We're on this guy. All right, ready? Hands on, 2, 1, get going. Again, the more you load into your shoulders, feels more like a handstand. Just don't hit your face. Or we keep that weight on those shoulders and we start to go. You got that choice, remember. Do you want power? Do you want speed today? Up to you. All right, break time. 2-foot hop, jump over. 2-foot hop, jump over, switch. In place, it's quick. Foot up, go. 1, 2, over. 1, 2, over, switch. That's it. If you gotta hop a couple more times just to get your balance, that's okay too. There's our break. This is the high knees with your pause. Remember, whichever cone is closest, foot up. 1, 2, 1, 2, pause. 1, 2, 1, 2, pause. Your turn, go. You're working on the NFL, get moving. Gotta go a whole lot quicker than these guys. They're just like, right? And even then, that's slow. Everyone's going, Scott, nah. You're like, not even making the junior team. Absolutely not. That's not me. There it is, nice. Whew. Squat jacks. Last 2, then we got our break again. Your intensity should be a little bit harder this time. You're getting lots of rest, less time of work. Go. You can put hands in there again if you want. Stretches out the lats, makes it a little bit harder. Chest up. If you're feeling quads, fire the butt, squeeze the glutes. All right. Last one's your mountain climbers. Again, try not to have that bounce. Shoulders, hands, straight line. Not here. Down we go. 2, 1, up, go. All right, break. Woo! 2.5, 2.5. Love it. Catch your breath, refill your water. Reorganize if you're finding it's not flowing for you right now. Best part, like all these exercises, hopefully you left your brain out the door, at home, wherever, in the bedroom. We can't change stress right now. We can't change life for the next, I don't even know where we're at least half an hour yet. Oh man, we only got 20 minutes. Woo! Jeez. These fly by so fast. I hope everyone's loving these. As we go through, keep the comments coming. Let us know if you're looking for anything specific, something you want to see. All right. If you grab the dowel, I did have that listed and we put it up before class started. If you have the dowel, you're gonna do some active mobility. I can't find mine, I don't know where the hell I put it. So I'm just gonna makeshift, all right? If you got your dowel, while we're in rest periods, you're just doing mobility for the shoulders. You can do some dynamic swings. You can do some static little stretches. Or not static stretches, little dynamic stretches. Do not do static stretches. Don't be holding stuff for 30 plus seconds. It's actually a detriment to us, okay? So you got those. The other one you can do, palms facing with the bar behind you. And you come over top, you'll notice how it twists the arms up, right? So they call it an eagle grip. Just a little bit different for the forearms, for the elbows, and the shoulders. So work on those. Keep her going, you still got 35 seconds, then we're starting in. Remember, 20 and 10 on this one, even shorter, so I expect you either moving quicker or really firing that power up, all right? We're switching down, 20s and 10s. So now it's gonna feel like Tabata. This is the traditional Tabata timing, is 20 and 10s, but we normally do 8 rounds. We only have 6 exercises, it's only 6 rounds. So now that you know what it's supposed to feel like, push it. It's your step back with your drive first. 3, 2, 1, get at it. It's only 20 seconds, let's go. 3, 4 jumps, switch. You'll notice, see, we took a long time. You went, oh my God, that felt like a long rest. But look at the power we're creating. Look at the energy we have back, right? At the end of that last round, we were like, oh, we're not now. We're feeling good, right? There's our first one, done. Grab your bench. Isn't that crazy how quick that goes? All right, down, set, go. Again, either push higher into the shoulders or start moving across that cone. Just get going. All right, break time. 2 little hops, hop over the cone. 2, 1, let's go. This is those high knees across. Remember, cone, same side foot. Now we're feeling it. Go. All right, 2 left. Squat jacks, mountain climbers. Now you're gonna start to beg for that rest. We're feeling it. Go. Come on, get started, get started. If you need more rest, though, take it, all right? Remember, you can walk this guy. Don't do it just because I said so. If you can't jump, modify. We're gonna find a way for you to do it. It's not deterring. Break time. Mountain climbers, down you go, quick. Whew, big breath in, big breath out. 2, 1, up, go. These should be quicker. Hands, shoulders, straight line. No cheating. All right, break time. 2.5. All right. 10 seconds, 5-second break. Massive quick change on this one. Go back to your dowel if you have it. If you don't, just some kind of mobility. Couple seconds, couple seconds, couple seconds. Nice slow motions. It's good for recovery because you're squeezing some muscles, pushing the blood back to the heart and the lungs to get the garbage out, put new oxygen back in. If you got your dowel, if you're not using the dowel, that's okay. Hold it in front of you, however you're holding it. Palm up. Pinch it between your index finger and your thumb. Perfect. You can grab on with the rest of your fingers at this point. You're gonna bring it to the outside of your arm. All right, so it's out to the outside. You're gonna grab it here. If this was a dowel, it would be nice and straight. When I pull this towards and across my body, it's gonna rotate this elbow out. So from here, it's gonna rotate it out. You're gonna feel the stretch in the anterior capsule, and you have all the control. Again, remember, this is a dowel. This shouldn't bend. So straight, it's following, and I have all the control of how much or how little tension I want on it. Hold it for those few seconds, come back out of it. You can put it down for a second, come back up into it, couple seconds, come back out of it. Maybe this one felt good. Go back to this guy. Maybe that eagle grip where you're switching palms, maybe that feels good. Go there. All right. Maybe you want just a couple leg sweeps, just some easy stretch mobility movements. You can go back to this guy nice and slow. Work into that. You can go back to your ankles, work that a little bit. Find something to keep yourself moving. Something that's tight, work on it. Remember, just no static stretching. Don't hold it for long periods of time. 3-4 seconds tops. All right? Whew. 25 seconds. 10 seconds of work, which means 1 minute of total work is all we got. All right, we got 30 seconds of break, 1 minute of work between all 6 exercises, and we're finished. Then we're spending time on that stretch, that cool down, all right? Get your timer readies. Get into your kneeling position in 2, 1, drive it, let's go. They should be fast and they should be powerful at this point because it's only 10 seconds, right? So get going. There's our break, switch, hop overs, quick, foot up, go. And if you only get over it once each, who cares, that's fine. Just do. All right, here's your shuffle. Foot up, same side. 2, 1, go. There's our break. Beautiful. Squat jacks. Woo. Ready, go. Get deep, get quick, get high. Let's go. Mountain climbers, down. Oh, it's so fast, go. Fast as you can. Break time. Yes. A little minute and a half, 2 minute break here. Grab your water. Don't clean up quite yet. Let your heart rate come down first before we start cleaning up. See what we got. Beautiful. If you're huffing and puffing like me right now, good on ya. Means you pushed. And again, some people go, it wasn't that hard. We can make it harder, but we have to push ourselves. We're here for you. We're motivating you. But if it's feeling easy, that means you got more gas in the tank. So burn up that tank, right? I challenge you on the next class that you take, really push that envelope. Do it safely, but push your envelope. If you're a super, super fit person, this style can still be hard, right? Also remember that what you were doing might be more challenging mentally than physically, okay? You can be very, very fit, but when we do these guys, that lateral shuffle, you're thinking so much that you can't go fast to stress the heart and the body because the brain's stumbling over itself when you're tripping over the cones, right? So it doesn't mean that you didn't get a good benefit out of the program. That means you've built a better mind to body connection instead of just gassing out the muscles of the body. Now, was that what you were aiming for? Maybe, maybe not. But if you're here, you're getting both, and that's the best part of it. You end up with the best of both, not just one or the other. It's not just beasting us. That's not always the goal. Sometimes it feels fantastic to be able to just do that and feel like you're crawling back downstairs. That's just not the focus of today's class. Not to say we didn't get one hell of a workout, right? And again, it's on you. We're here giving you the supplies, but now you got to implement that actual physical push. That intensity has to come from within. I'm not there and I'm not you. So you gotta challenge yourself. Now reassess. Was it that easy of a class? Or did you just kind of back up yourself just a little bit? And again, not saying that's a bad thing. We're not berating you for it. But just reevaluate before you say, like it was an okay class. Look at what was the effort, what was the intent that you put into it. If it matched your intent and it still feels this way, that's totally cool. That's understandable. But you still got an hour of a workout, so it doesn't matter, right? You still did something. It was better than sitting on the couch, gaming. Maybe you were able to sneak away early for lunch and you were able to do this over your lunch period just to get a break from work. Maybe you were allowed to be able to step away from your laptop at home to be able to join with us this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you're tuning in from, to be able to just get that little bit of a reprieve, a little bit of a break, a little bit of stress relief, a little bit of energy from me. All right, quick cleanup. Kick your cones out of the way, move whatever you need for a nice little stretch. We're gonna start on our stomach. So when you're ready, down you go. I'm just gonna toss these cones aside, then onto your stomach. If you're already on your stomach, put your hands out in a T position. So you're making a T with your hands. So pretend I'm laying on the ground. I'm gonna explain first and then demonstrate. Here in a T, stomach's flat on the ground. Take your left foot, go behind, touch your right hand. Everyone just went, huh, what? If you can't do it, that's fine. You're only going as far as you can, but you're working on kind of that cross-sectional line of the body, all right? So that diagonal line. So if you need that quick demo, take a look up at your screen. Hands are out, left foot, right hand. All right? I'll see if I can squeeze in to the side so you can actually see. Left foot, right hand. And just relax into it, don't force it. If you're way up here, that's okay. Just let gravity slowly pull you, okay? Your goal though, you'll notice that this shoulder's off the ground. I want you to put that shoulder to the ground first and then try and rotate the best you can. And you'll notice I don't go as far. I'm kind of where I showed as a demo. If you want to feel more confident, you can roll that shoulder up a little bit to get your foot down, but then your goal is to try and stretch out and get that shoulder back to the floor. Pardon me. And just relax. It's nothing more than a relax. All right, hopefully that was the bad side. Slowly come back to your start. Right foot, left hand. So switch. That's it. The other thing I want you to notice, this hand doesn't move. It stays there. Note that I said put your foot to your hand, not your hand to your foot. So a lot of people get here and they go, oh yeah, look, I made it. Don't do it, don't cheat yourself. Come on, you know. All right, back we come. Slowly coming out. You can lay on your back or you can sit first, it's your choice. We're gonna do that figure 4 stretch. So crossing an ankle over the knee, reach through the hole you've created and fall backwards. So you're in that stretch. This foot can go wherever. Naturally, we just wanna hang it here. It actually just droops, that's fine, doesn't matter. And then you're gonna pull in as much as you need to get that stretch. Biggest thing here, don't feel like you're tight, don't feel like you're tensioning. It's a stretch, so just relax into it. If you can get your hands over the top and clasp over, it helps even more, but that depends on your flexibility. Because then you can just really ease in, give a nice little pull with the arms. Beautiful. Other side. Your choice if you want to sit back up or just cross the legs, pull back in. It's up to you. Doesn't matter. Everyone crushed that today. That was so good. Got a great sweat. We feel good. It's lunchtime now. It's our time to re-energize, refuel. And then it's time to enjoy the rest of the afternoon. So whether you're back to work, hope you enjoy the rest of the day. If you're at home and still working, hey, you've only got a few more hours, you got a little bit more of freedom to be able to step away and go grab a coffee downstairs, go outside for 5 minutes, get some fresh air, catch your breath, get some sun, come back in, finish your work. Maybe you've been sent home, it's a day off right now, and you're just enjoying some sun tanning, maybe some gardening outside, getting the flowers ready, getting the yard maintained, any of that kind of stuff. All right, coming up to a seated position. We gotta get those hammies in there. Always gotta get the hammies. Pull one leg in, doesn't matter which one. Pull the toes up, hinge forward from your back. Remember, it's not from your hips, not your back. Hopefully you'll be able to get out and enjoy it even if you are at work. It's supposed to be nice like this all day. Take advantage. Yes, summer's coming, but it's almost here for the most part, so let's take it now. That vitamin D helps so much with the mental game. Just to be outside in some warmth and not feel cold. Especially yesterday's crazy rain that came up, it kind of locked us inside out of nowhere. If you got out in the morning before the rain hit, beautiful. I was one of those lucky people yesterday. I went out for a couple hour mountain bike ride just to kind of clear my head. I was having a bit of a mental game day, so I just had to clear my mind. So I took a little bit of extra time and then I worked a little bit later into the evening just to be able to fill my 8-hour day. And I just cut out and took a little bit of extra PT time just to get my mind right, get everything in the right place. I packed my bike up back into the car, I closed my door, and it let loose and poured. I couldn't have timed it any better. So I was super fortunate and thankful that the rain held off for me to get through that ride, clear my mind, and I had a very, very productive day yesterday. So switching sides. You can probably see it if you know me and any general knowledge around the base, things like that. You can tell when I'm having a day, because because I'm usually not as happy as I am right now. Today's been a really good day, and again, I want to thank everyone for joining in this class today, whether it was only just my colleagues, which always we come on and we support each other all the time, so thank you for joining in. Anyone who's spread this, I know a couple of my dental people are watching, so that's perfect. Thanks for coming out. Keep spreading that word, right? The more that we can get to everyone, the better off, the better we feel. We've got tons of good content coming out. Again, like, share, subscribe to the Facebook page, to the Instagram page, or YouTube channel. They're all going to be posted down below in the comments. And lastly, of course, if you have any comments, questions, or anything after this live feed is done, just click out of it, go back into the comments, and we're going to be sitting there for another 15 minutes to be able to answer your questions. So until 12:15, we're going to be there for any kind of questions, any discussion that you have, what you liked, what you didn't. Let us know. Again, if you're looking for still training, we are still offering that, so reach out to us. Come to a stand. We're going to keep going on the last one here. Big step back, doesn't matter which foot, your choice. Push the hips forward, get that hip flexor going. Hands behind you, pull the shoulders away. So what it's looking like from this side is this guy. Remember, it's not a lean to get the stretch. It's a push of the hips forward and then the pull here. So I was saying, if again, you want personal training, let us know. We're still providing that service. If you have questions around anything fitness, reach out to us on either the Instagram, the YouTube not so much, but either the Instagram or this page on Facebook. Please let us know. We'd be more than happy to help you out. All right, switching sides, last one. Kick that other leg back. Hands come in front this time, push them away. So we're rounding that upper back. Beautiful. All right, shake it out. Nice job. Big round of applause, everyone. Virtual high five. Nice work. Again, my name's Scott, coming in from 3CDSP Edmonton. Questions, comments, we're around for the next 15. Enjoy the rest of your day. Get out, get some sun, have some fun with it. Take care. See you soon.